Hello everyone and welcome. In today's video I will be going over the 6 melee weapons for the new Warrior Priest career, and I will be ranking them in order of worst to first. Now as you can see here I have tiers D through S, and I'm just going to start off by saying I don't believe any of these weapons belong in D tier. I think they all excel at something, if not multiple things, and I think a skilled player can make use of that. So starting us off in C tier I have the Skull Splitter Hammer. Now this weapon has 4.5 stamina shields, 120% dodge distance, and a 3 dodge count. Its third light attack gets a plus 10% crit chance. Its first light attack, second light attack, third light attack, and push attack all have a tank modifier. This is a really good modifier to have as it allows a weapon to cleave through multiple armored units. Now I do think it is important to note that this weapon is basically just a copy of Kruger's mace or Barden's hammer, and is generally used for defensive purposes and dodging. So this would be something you would take in like a second melee slot and swap to it if you're in a jam and you just need a dodge. Like this gives you a little extra dodge distance and an extra count than a lot of weapons, so you would just use that to kind of dodge away. Other than that, it's got a pretty good stagger for a lot of its attacks. The bad thing about this weapon is its damage is really low, and in my opinion, it's kind of awkward to use. The attack motions are like diagonal and uppercutty. It's just kind of weird sometimes. Like, not the most comfortable weapon to use. It's low damage. It's good defense. I'd say take it in the second slot if you're the kind of person that likes to dodge. Jumping up to B tier, I've got the Skull Splitter and Shield. Now this weapon has 5 stamina shields, a 100% dodge distance, that's normal amount, 2 dodge count. The third light attack gets a plus 10% crit chance. The first, second, third light attacks, second heavy attack all have the tank modifier that I mentioned before. The push attack to third light attack is a really good combination on this weapon. Push attack, it allows for a nice easy headshot followed by an uppercut L3 that pierces through armor and gets bonus crit chance that I mentioned before. Its shield bash comes first in the sequence of heavy attacks, so it's really good for farming temp health and kind of keeping crowds off of you. This in turn allows for a decent amount of mobility as you can kind of bully hordes around. This weapon is a direct copy of Kruger's Mason Shield and Barden's Hammer and Shield. You know, this is a decent weapon with some interesting attacks that can happen and some useful kind of bashing and elite killing capability. However, its overall damage is quite low. So good weapon, doesn't really fit with the character too well in my opinion. So I've just got it in the B tier. Jumping up to A tier, I've got the Holy Great Hammer. This weapon has 3 stamina shields, a 100% dodge distance, and a 2 dodge count. Its third light attack and first heavy attack get a plus 10% crit chance. The third light attack and all the heavy attacks have the tank modifier, which is a very good modifier to have. Its special attack is a punch that can be used to reset your attack sequence. This weapon is tremendous for hordes, really good for elites. The only thing it kind of lacks is some defense. Its dodge range is fairly normal and its dodge count is pretty low, but its killing potential is pretty high. So I've got this one in A tier. Also in A tier is the Skull Splitter and Blessed Tome. This weapon has 3 stamina shields, a 120% dodge distance, a 3 dodge count. The first and second light attacks get a plus 10% crit chance. All the light attacks and the push attack have the tank modifier, which is excellent. Heavy attacks can be charged. The first works like a dash and is a way for you to kill a special. Allows you to kind of, like if there's a leech or an assassin or something, you can kind of dash right at it, kill it or stun it, and then eventually kill it, of course. The second heavy attack, which can be charged, is a down slam, and when it is fully charged, it has an AoE damage effect, so a little bit of crowd control in that way. So you don't only have to use push attacks. In my opinion, if you're going to take a weapon in the second melee slot for this class, this is the one to take. It's a lot better than the regular hammer there, as it allows you to do more things. You have move tech with it. You have better crowd control while still having the same, if not better, elite killing capability. Now for our final tier today, S tier, the 2 best weapons in the game, in my opinion, of course. The first one, the paired Skull Splitters. This weapon has 4 stamina shields, a 115% dodge distance, a 3 dodge count. The first second, third light attacks, the second and third heavy attacks all have a tank modifier, which is really good. That's a lot of attacks to have that modifier. This is a weapon with no real weaknesses. You can do heavy 1 block cancel for a pretty good elite killing damage. You can spam lights to deal with hordes. It works really well with that talent of his where light attacks raise his power level for the next heavy attack that he does. So you can very easily mash those light attacks, get your power increased, use a heavy attack, kill an elite, easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's great for generating temp health, good for hordes, elites, has very good defense, pretty big dodge range. It's a really good weapon. And then finally, in my opinion, the very best weapon that he has, the flail and shield. Now this weapon has 4 stamina shields, a 115% dodge distance, a 3 dodge count. The first light attack, second light attack, push attack, and all the heavies have a tank modifier, which is excellent. The fourth light attack, the fifth light attack, and the heavies all ignore shields because it's a flail. That's really good. The best thing about this weapon, in my opinion, is that you can block while holding a heavy attack, much like the Bretonnian longsword. This is by far the safest weapon on this list, so if you like to not really get hit that much and still do pretty good damage, this is probably the weapon you want to use. I also do believe that this weapon is better than the regular flail, as you can release a heavy attack faster out of its animation, and it's got higher single target DPS. So that's my list, guys. In S tier, I had the flail and shield, the paired skull splitters. In A tier, I had the holy great hammer and the skull splitter and blessed tome. In B tier, I had the skull splitter and shield. And then down in C tier, I had the skull splitter hammer. Guys, if you like this video, consider subscribing to this channel, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and or joining my Discord, link in the description down below. Let me know if you agree with this list, what you would change, and what weapons are your favorite. I look forward to hearing you guys. Ciao.